I hope I didn't just steal your...
She deleted all your information.
It's in the cloud. The NSA is keeping good track of you. Changes.
So was this your bedroom?
Abandoned property.
Yeah.
And then I got to put it on for discussion.
Nobody read it.
Yeah, and then we'll get it.
And another one, there's one on the same book, Ukraine. That's... I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is the work session meeting of the Mayor and Council, Monday, September 19, 2016. The time is 7 p.m. Adequate notice of this meeting has been made by sending notice on December 18, 2015 to the Ridgewood News and the Record, by positioning on the bulletin board in the lobby of the Borough Hall, and filing notice of same with the municipal clerk. I would like to remind all members of the public that we have 3 fire exits in our council chambers, 1 on each side of the dais and 1 in the rear. In addition, we're being recorded by both audio and video for purposes of creating a record during the public portion of the meeting. If any member of the public wishes to be recorded or heard, they need only identify themselves for the record, and they may make a statement or ask any question they would like. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Colette?
Present.
Councilman Bartoloni?
Here.
Councilwoman Steve? Here. Councilwoman Davis? Here. Councilwoman Murphy is absent. And Councilman Papaleo?
Here.
And Mayor Young.
Here. Okay, Borough Administrator topics. Alan, garbage collection bids.
Thank you, Mayor. If I may, the last meeting we had presented some material with regard to the garbage collection bids. Please remember we had 1 bid from Sterling. The costs did exceed our current contract by more than $100,000 in each year. We heard from the contractor and the contractor's representative. The borough attorney researched the bond. It's my understanding from the clerk that we do have the renewal bond and other documents in hand regarding the performance. So it is my recommendation that we reject the Sterling bid on the basis that it really exceeds our budget and cost estimates for this work, and that we award to the current contractor. You have resolutions on for both actions tonight. 16346 would be to reject the bid, the Sterling bid, and 16347 would be to award to Galaxy or Semkowski as the collector.
Okay, so when we get to consent, we can have one either table and the other one.
No, one, you would have to reject the bids and then we'll make the award.
So we got to do both.
You have to do both.
Renewing Semkowski something.
Right, renewing. Does the borough attorney have any additional?
No, I was in touch after the last meeting. I was in touch. A couple conversations with the borough attorney from New Milford. They're pretty much in the same position as we are, as we were. They didn't go out to bid, but they were waiting for the bond to renew their option. That bond did come in, performance bond, and I reviewed it. He reviewed it. They were awarding the contract. Everything's in order. That was the last piece that we were waiting on. So I don't have a problem now with approving the option based on the documentation I see.
Mayor, we did receive today the resolution from the Milford whereby they made their award from October 16th of this year to October 15th of next year.
Okay. 2017 Citizens Budget Committee.
Thank you, Mayor. As has been our custom, I am here tonight to receive direction on the appointment of the Citizens Budget Committee members. The Citizens Budget Committee is something that this town has been doing since the 1970s. We've included citizens in on our budget preparation process. We had 6 citizens last year, and if you approve their presenting an offer to them to participate for 2017, we would send out letters of invitation to them and then list those that desire to participate. These are the...
I think that's a good first step to reach out. I'm assuming they'll probably all want to participate again, but we can find out. And if anybody has any other recommendations, we can take those up prior to the end of the year.
Mayor, Not that I disagree with any names, but we've not received prior notice of the names, so it would be good if they could be emailed to us in a prompt fashion.
The current members, we
Yeah.
can just read them out.
Sure. Albert Ruhlman, Anthony Barbary, Michael Ginch, Kenneth Krautman, Konstantin Krasniewski, Teresa Esposito. Okay, thank you, Mayor. We'll get that correspondence out to everybody. Just for the council's information, a finance committee meeting has been scheduled for October 3rd to review our debt position, followed by another finance committee meeting on October 17th to review salaries and wages and make some recommendations after they've done those reviews. Then typically our forms will be going out to the departments in the next several weeks, giving them several weeks to respond in the various categories that we have, and then we would look to come back to the council about starting to schedule budget preparation meetings.
Maybe before the end of the year, not making you too extra busy, Alan, but maybe we can update more of those trends tables we've had over the years.
I was looking at
Some of
that
them more,
today.
because and some of the older ones that haven't been updated, maybe we should look at updating some of the older ones too.
Okay.
Work session consent agenda, we have 3 items: amending the contract with Matt Jacoby, amending the contract with Maggie Suarez, and approve the Recreation Commission's request for a banner for River Edge Day at 140 Kinderconnect. Any further discussion?
Mayor, Bobby Conway, the Recreation Director, asked if I would verbally add to number 3, their request to add a River Edge Day sign at Continental by the American Legion, where the current farmers market sign is, at the conclusion of the market, which would be September 28th. I discussed it with Councilwoman Davis, and we were in agreement that that would be okay.
The market's not ending the 28th. They're intending on going into October. We approved them to go through October 31st.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let the vendors all know.
Well,
He said it
Anderson's
has
aware of
been-
it because they're the
Who
ones,
is?
Anderson Farms is aware of it because I've been in discussions with them.
Sorry about that.
Because they were surprised that it was gonna end so early, and I said, I thought the resolution
It's always been
went.
till the end, but, from this year till the end of
No,
September.
the resolution we approved goes to October 31st, because I confirmed that with Stephanie.
Don't they usually put a sign on a memorial place where we're like...
We just don't have the sign, we just don't have, we can have a sign up, that's not the issue.
Yeah, it's just that, they don't want to take the farmer's market sign down,
Yes.
which I understand. So is there another place at the Legion where it can be signed?
I'm sure John Lynch can
Okay,
figure out a way
so-
to have both, if we can have both.
Then I'll amend that, to have the second River Edge Day banner at a location to be determined around the American Legion. I don't know.
Well, at a location to be determined. If we have to remove, we can always move this farmer's market sign too at this point, because at that point, they're looking only at a couple more weeks.
I think you should leave it. If I didn't know it was going to, I don't think the rest of
And
it's been on.
I know, and they've
ads
been saying,
saying-
why is it saying that? Because last year went to October 20th, and we approved them to go to October 31st.
Because I know it's been on ads and everything else saying the end of September.
You can let Mr. Anderson know that we're not having it past the 28th then.
Let who know?
Let Mr. Anderson know that they're not gonna have it.
I don't want to do that. In fact, the vendors just talked to me this past week about were we going to have a day, a harvest day
Mm-hmm.
in October. They all, as far as I know, other than Anderson, I think they all think it's over. Everything has.
Well, I don't
September.
know, Bob Silvestri was intending to stay through October, because he had said so. And I said, I know Anderson was intending to stay through October. And, who else did I speak to that day? Because everybody was very confused. Because
Anybody
traditionally,
mention it to me?
I'm mentioning it tonight. Well, I just confirmed it over the weekend, did I not? Because I got an email from Anderson asking me, so that's why I was following up.
can we approve a second banner location to be determined between Bobby Conway and our Superintendent of Public Works, John?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And if it's so, it happens that the sign comes down, we'll put it there.
Find another spot.
Well, we won't take that one.
You just need to call for a motion.
Well, this is just for the consent agenda. It's on the regular agenda.
Mayor, just going back to number 2 of Mr. Suarez, we're going to have a closed session meeting at the next council meeting regarding the 7-Eleven litigation. There has been some developments with the COA. I'm not particularly certain about the River Edge, but I know a lot of towns there's been some movement. I don't know, since we're going into closed session, if you want to report from Mr. Suarez, or if you'd like Mr. Suarez to come in.
We were supposed to have a meeting with the master at the end of August, and it got delayed, and we had not rescheduled it. So we can schedule it. I don't know if that meeting ever took place, because I was not privy to that. It was my understanding it was going to happen toward the end of this month. But I think if there is information, we should put it on the agenda.
I'll ask him if there's a need for him to come in and update you, because yes, a lot of towns are meeting with the special master. They are starting to formulate the plans.
We
I don't know if there's a report.
had a meeting scheduled, but then I think certain people's vacations got in the way, and then they couldn't reschedule it, so they were trying for the end of September. But I said I've been given no other notice since then. So
Since you're in closed session, if you want.
yeah, I think we can add just in case.
That's fine.
And then I guess a motion for the work consent agenda.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Anybody would like to discuss any unfinished business?
Mayor, did we skip over health waivers?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, thank you, Mayor, if I may.
Yeah.
In 2010, the law changed with regard to health benefits, and the borough implemented a program for health waivers. And that meant that any employee who had coverage from another source could receive a stipend in lieu of taking our coverage. So we have, as of today, we have 7 employees who have elected to go under their spouse's plan or have some other form of coverage in lieu of taking our coverage through the state health benefits plan. They are allowed to receive 25% of the premium savings to the borough, not to exceed $5,000. We received another directive at the beginning of August from the state stating that we need to recalculate the way the methodology has been presented to us by deducting any co-pays that the employees have made from the amount of the premium, and then take the 25%, not to exceed $5,000. So this will mean a reduction in the benefit to these 7 employees of a few $100s, depending on what level of coverage they took and how much they have for a copay. That information was put into a payroll stuffer for the employees, and they'll be receiving that very shortly. There's also a best practice requirement stating that the mayor and council should have a discussion over whether they would like to continue this program in the future. It's not subject to collective bargaining. It's totally at the discretion of the governing body to do this. I can tell you that had all of those 7 employees selected single coverage, we would be saving in excess of $40,000. Had all of those employees elected family coverage, we would be saving in excess of $184,000. So, you know, not everybody took a family plan. There is some combination there, but we're saving a significant amount of money by offering this plan to the employees. And I would recommend that we continue to do this, even though the state is asking us to examine it each and every year. So I wanted to update you as to a slight change in the program and also the benefit we have, and frankly meet the best practice requirement that we bring it to your attention and we have a discussion on it. If there are any questions, that I can answer, I'd be happy to do so at this time.
The 25% of a family plan would be much more than the 25% of a single plan.
Yes, a family plan is a little over $31,000 for a family plan. A single is a little over $11,000. husband and wife plan is a little over $22,000.
Anybody in the council have any?
And that's for like our Direct 10 or Direct 15 programs. There are other programs offered, or levels of coverage offered in the state health benefits. Most of our employees are in either what's called Direct 10 or Direct 15.
So, Mayor, just to satisfy the requirement to have a discussion, Aaron and I just talked about it, and I think it's a great idea.
That's all I'm looking
No, I'm just wondering if there's a way to get a new flat 5,000 instead of taking it a little lower. That was thinking, because taking is saving a significant amount of dollars, but.
No, we'll continue.
It's a win-win.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. That's all I have on this for tonight.
Okay, back to unfinished business. Anybody?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's unfinished business or not, but we had talked about it during the budget season, and you mentioned it in your comments last week about the purchase of those speed limit feedback signs. I'd like to move that along. Would that just require a request to Alan to work with the borough engineer to identify and
I would,
let us know, or how should we move that forward so we
I think
purchase those?
we should maybe get a couple of recommendations from Mr. Askeles. To me, we probably want to start with some mobile ones, so
Yeah.
we can move them and we'll go
I think that was
permanent.
the idea.
So we should, and he would know, I know there's a few on state contract, and that will probably be the best way to go, and probably the quickest way to get it.
Would that be something, Alan, you would?
Well, you know, what we try to do is we try and aggregate our capital needs, because that's the most efficient and effective way, and cost-effective way of doing the financing. So rather than do individual capital purchases throughout the year, we try and prepare, a program and then put it into a bond ordinance. So we have the attorney working on it only once. We don't have several ordinances that have to be advertised and legal costs and things of that nature. So certainly, Mr. Askeles can make his recommendations. I think the police chief can go out and do the legwork on proposals or the quotations, and then we'll have that ready for the capital budget. And as soon as, we go through our process, then, these can be
Yeah, but I
purchased.
don't consider, I think these are probably, you're looking in the aggregate, less than $5,000. So it's not.
Well, then it should come out of a budget, an operating budget. If you want.
Well, we
done
put
that
it,
quickly.
we put it on the capital budget, but as we paid for it, from the surplus, the capital surplus, from what I remember. That's how we accounted for it in the budget.
I remember it that way as well.
But we can check it, but I think we should at least start and get it specified.
Are you saying these were provided for already?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why I want to
okay,
get
then I
moving.
apologize.
No, that's
I
why I
was
want
seeing
to.
it.
No, we
It
had
is
it in
going
the
to be
budget,
coming to
and we
close.
itemized it, and we paid for it as one of those smaller
All right,
expenses.
then I'll double check it and see where the police chief is on.
And having said that, it's just another traffic-related item. We did receive a letter from the county about the Kinderknack and Midland Avenue pedestrian improvements, and they did approve that we could put a LED-type lighted sign on Midland. So we should perhaps consider that as part of this as well. I know Traffic and Safety was going to be making a recommendation about one that they felt was good, along with the police department's input.
The other sign that was asked to go there, and I'm getting a little leery about having too much signage because people are blinded to signage. But Chief Curdy had wanted on coming down towards Kinderknack. He wanted a sign like we have at the triangle coming out of Kinderknack, right turn on red after full stop.
Right.
And we don't have that, so he thought we needed county, or the county was going to do that, but I'm not so sure who was supposed to do it.
But that wasn't
but
part of
that's-
the.
Well, it was his understanding that was in the discussions with Mr. Askeles at one point, so we just need to follow up to see where that is, or what we can do with it. It's not a major sign for us to procure and put up.
Just along those lines, that report had recommended a particular path for the children to take. Is there any sort of public education program that you're going to work with in terms of just educating them, say, cross here and make sure
Officer
you're crossing?
Verrecchia, yes, and thank you for bringing, Officer Verrecchia was going to be going into middle school and speaking with the children about at Capital Way also. Yes. So Alan, do you have what you need to kind of,
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out, to the chief and see where he is and remind him that, you know, these funds are available for purchase.
thank you.
And then in terms of this business, Mr. Sarli, you said that by the next meeting we'll have
Yes.
a draft on the abandoned properties?
Yeah, the abandoned properties, we're gonna have a draft on. You sent me another not a revised one, but something I want to take a look at. TNEC just recently adopted, and I provided a couple, and then you had some questions on it, so I think we could list that, and I'll have that circulated. I just want to discuss it with you one more time, so we're back on the same page, and then we can...
And I'd really like to work on some of these shade tree issues that sort of been still blowing in the wind.
Your sidewalk and curb, yeah, I think
Not,
it
not,
should...
not with that, I'm talking about the others, just the general shade tree ordinance, we had mentioned some change.
Yes,
changes.
I think we should get the input, or I should sit down with the shade tree
Yep.
and talk to them, so
So I guess we can
when their next
maybe-
meeting is, maybe I'll go and talk to them.
Okay, we'll draft up some bullet points and
Yeah.
talk to them.
I
Liaison.
think we should
Oh,
have something.
she's not here, so.
Huh?
I'll find out.
Would you like to be the new liaison to the Shade Tree Commission, you know?
Absolutely. I'll go to their next meeting.
And I guess then we should, on the farmer's market, talk tomorrow and,
Yes, so I texted the market manager, but she hasn't answered me yet.
okay. Like I said, I've been speaking with, you know, the Anderson
So
folks.
it's till the end.
Well, I had
'Cause I
said,
just
they
remember
said
we
they
had a
had,
long
we went to
discussion
the third week of October last year. I think they said that, Paramus ended the second week. And I had said to them, well, if you wanted to continue, they're the, you know, the anchor vendor essentially. And, but if, I haven't heard back from them either as to when they thought, they'd be able to still produce produce.
Well,
You know, they're at the end of their crops, but they
the
did
ice
think,
cream guy-
they can go through the, towards the end. They thought they'd at least go to the middle or at least third week in October, but I haven't got official confirmation from them.
We'll talk tomorrow. 'Cause I know the ice cream, everybody had talked about possibly having an October day,
Mhm.
you know, with pumpkins and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, I might be fired.
I wasn't sure, that's why I literally had emailed Stephanie over the weekend, and then I found the ordinance, or the resolution myself, and it goes to the 31st. The problem was last year, it went through the ordinance, one of the issues, the resolution ended it the first week in October, but they continued it past the date of the resolution without permission last year, so I think
Yeah, I didn't want to break
against
any
that, we
rules.
made it longer, so that's,
I, you know, I wasn't really aware of it.
no, you were not,
last
you would
year.
not have been
I
aware,
didn't
but,
know any of that.
but I'm
I
just saying that's one of the reasons why I think we decided to at least make it open-ended to the end of October because of what happened, one of the things that happened last year. Any other unfinished business?
Yeah, I have something to report. The barrel vault over at the library, looks like
Yeah.
it's all completed.
Mhm.
So we'll be, you know, looking for the architect to submit any final payments to the contract. I think it turned out, my own opinion, I think it turned out very good.
I think so. Yeah, I would probably want them to wait maybe 6 weeks or so to make sure that we don't have any. Yeah. That's what I would, I'd probably prefer like the first frost, just to see what happens, but at least 6 or 8 weeks.
Yeah, November.
Yeah, and then let him say it's secured and no loose pieces. It's been so long in the making, let's make sure that it's done and done correctly. Any new business? 35 minutes, come on.
Gotta sign the bills.
No business tonight? All right. Can I please have a motion to open to the public?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody want to ask any questions, make any comments? Come on, Peg. No? Hello? No? All right, no comments, can I have a motion to close, please?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Adjourn. We're back in a half hour.
You got a problem?
Like to call this meeting to order, please?
Something about it outside.
Council.
Yeah, that's this.
The regular meeting of the Mayor and Council, Monday, September 19, 2016. The time is 8 p.m. Can I please ask everyone to please stand for a moment of silent prayer? Would Councilwoman Davis please lead us in the salute to the flag?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been made by sending notice on December 18, 2015 to the Ridgewood News and the Record, by positioning on the bulletin board in the lobby of the Borough Hall and filing a notice of same with the municipal clerk. I would like to remind all members of the public that we have 3 fire exits in the council chambers, 1 on each side of the dais and 1 in the rear. In addition, we are being recorded by both audio and video for purposes of creating a record during the public portion of the meeting. If any member of the public wishes to be recorded or heard, they need only identify themselves for the record, and they may make a statement or ask any question they would like. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Freda?
Present.
Councilman Ballroom?
Here.
Councilwoman Sweet? Here. Councilwoman Davis? Here. Councilwoman Murphy is absent. Councilman Papaleo?
Here.
And Councilman Young.
Here.
I'm sorry, Mayor. I regress.
Can I please have a motion to approve the minutes of the Mayor and Council work session and regular meeting of September 6, 2016?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Proclamation Award. We have a special guest this evening. With us is the Honorable John Hogan, our Borough County Clerk, who has been going around the county. You may have seen in the newspaper. The county has been able to find old historical documents relevant to various Bergen County municipalities, and he is here tonight to share with us some of River Edge's history. So, Mr. Hogan, please come forward.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, members of the governing body and residents of this fine community. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to be here this evening. It's just going to be not too long, because we know you have a packed house. That's why I couldn't find a parking space tonight, but I needed the exercise. And it's always hard to show it to the governing body and also to the audience, but we'll try our best. We'll turn around for you. We're here to discuss, just for a second, my office's Around the County initiative, okay? One portion of that is going to occur tonight, but another portion is a temporary satellite office. We have one set here? Okay. Temporary satellite office, which we come out to your communities. We set up for 3 days, and we offer the services of our office in your community. Now, we know that Hackensack is really not that far away from your community, but if you're talking about Mahwah, Oakland, my town of Northvale, that's a little bit more of a commute. However, people like to do things in their own town. They like to go to their town hall. They relate more to their town hall than to county government. So we can do passports, business trade names, notary publics, the photo cards that we offer free of charge for senior citizens, exempt firefighters and veterans, and then we have voter registration forms, we have vote-by-mail applications, and election information. Please take us up on it. It's been well received in all the communities around. We've done 20, 25 communities so far. We started our Around the County initiative about 2 years ago, and we're trying to get out to all the towns. Now, there's 70 towns in Bergen County. We've probably hit about half of them by now. Some of the council meetings conflict and stuff, and we do our best. The other thing is, in case you haven't heard, this is an election year. Yeah, I do a lot of weddings. Last year I did 510 weddings. And one of the things I do for brides and grooms is I'll tell them how this is an election year. And they start giggling. I go, but are you registered to vote? And it's like, is he going to quiz us now, right? A lot of people don't understand about elections. We put a pamphlet together, which we'll make available. I think your clerk may have them. If not, we'll get you another batch of them. Late last year, that answers every election question. There's no mystery. There shouldn't be any mystery in elections. It's very clear. You get registered to vote once. You don't have to get registered to vote every year. Probably every fifth or sixth couple thinks they have to get registered to vote every year. It doesn't get you jury duty anymore. As long as you vote on a regular basis, you're going to stay on the rolls. If for some reason, health or otherwise, yours or your parents or someone you know, their signature has changed, you should probably have their signature updated too on the voter registration form. So those are a couple of things. What we want to do is get people registered to vote, and believe it or not, people spend a lot of time getting registered to vote, and they don't bother to go out and vote. Or they'll vote for president this time because they like somebody, maybe not this year. And next time they'll skip, and they don't do anything else. So they're not participating in our democracy. So what we did is we had summer interns, and we locked them in a room because they were tired of stealing envelopes, scanning stuff, filing stuff away. And we said to them, come up with a video. They were college students, pretty well-educated college students, very mature. And we said, come up with some information, a short video, which is 3 minutes long, is in our website, that tells why you should get registered to vote. And they did. And they speak about how one vote makes a difference. It's been well received. To tell you the truth, I've used my election presentation when my daughter was in kindergarten. And of course, we tweaked the presentation somewhat, but we've gone all the way up to college level. We've gone to civic groups. We can come out and speak about my office. Take us up on that, too. We do election presentation or presentation on our office. And finally, why we're really here this evening. In the good old days, way, way back, this one we can show for the audience. They don't let me touch this anymore because I almost hit somebody in the head when I was adjusting. In the good old days, way, way back, the county clerk did everything. Now, the sheriff and I are really good friends, but he contends that he's been around a lot longer than me, not personally, his position, because he says that he's got a document that says sheriff. And he's trying to say he's around since the 1600s. Okay, good. But somebody had to be here to keep records of all the property in Bergen County, and that was the county clerk. And the county clerk did that before George Washington. Somebody kept track of all the records. When all 70 of our towns broke apart, broke from larger areas and became boroughs, and some of them are townships, the county clerk maintained all those records. The elections, the first elections, maintained by the county clerk. When you go way, way back, the county clerk kept the records of freeholder meetings, too. So everything came through the county clerk's office. A couple of years ago, I guess it was probably 4 years ago, we sat down and I said, we have a lot of old documents around here. And, the staff was only too happy to show me the old map from Mawa that's on animal skin, and it's got teepees on it. And the rest are like little hand-drawn trees, and that was Mawa back then. That's probably the oldest one we have. So I said, where are the documents? I went into the room, and the documents were stored pretty well by my predecessor for the 20th century. But this, as we all know, is a new century. They were in a box. The box was covered, and they were put on a shelf. Some of them were really fragile documents. They're old maps from way back when. So we decided to take each of these out after consulting with the historian. So these aren't county historical documents. These are documents that fell under the county clerk's office. And we had each of them scanned. So they're not only going to be preserved temporarily until they deteriorate. Hopefully they won't ever. Because once they were scanned, we put them in some type of clear, acid-free sealer things that they told us to get, the historian told us to get. So hopefully we'll preserve these documents forever by scanning in the physical documents. And I said, that's fine, we've done a better job preserving them. Now what can we do to share them? Because all of our communities have our own unique character. You know, if you come up in Northvale, there's more pride here for certain reasons than we have in Northvale. You go to Hackensack, every community is different as we travel through this county of so many 70 towns and almost 1 million people. So we pulled out some really good documents of River Edge, and we'd like to share them with you. But the challenge then became that none of us on my staff are historians, even though we enjoy history. So we said, how do we present them? We presented what we felt were the most unique documents from each town, and we put them together on a collage. We reproduced them on a collage. And after I go through that collage tonight, we present it to the governing body so you can put it up for display to add to your community pride. So my job is to preserve records. My job is also to share the records. I'm taking it a step further. I got a little confused as I was going through this, because I'm looking at the borough of River Edge, but I'm seeing Riverside. So I did my little history check today, and we all know that the borough of Riverside, which is the current footprint, I believe, of River Edge, June 30th, 1894, it was formed from Midland Township. And then on December 1st, 1930, River Edge became River Edge. You changed your name, your actual name to River Edge. So what I found, first of all, was a map, which is this map right here. It's a map of the property of Mrs. Jane B. Demarest. And she's the wife, it says this on the map, she's the wife of James C. Demarest. So it tells the husband and wife relationship here. It says River Edge, it was filed April 1st, 1875. Some of the documents we have, most of the documents we have go back 200 years. Some of them go back 300 years. Some of the communities are really old. We had some that we presented a couple of weeks ago that dated back before the Civil War. So this one goes back to 1875. Just some streets. When I mention the streets, people say, oh yeah, that street was around way back when. We have River Edge Avenue. We have Center Avenue, Railroad Avenue, and then we have something called the Hackensack River that runs near your community. We have another map. This one's the one where you can actually see the owner. A map of the property of Gustav Peetz, I believe the name is P-E-E-T-Z. Is anybody's relative? Usually somebody jumps up and says that was my great-grandfather or something. This was filed August 1st, 1892. It's got Hackensack Plank Road. It has Main Street. And then it has Lincoln Avenue, Grove Avenue, Washington Avenue, Christie Avenue, Bloomfield Avenue, Spring Valley Avenue, and Gates Avenue. I guess those are still all here, as far as I can see. So we also have another document. It's in the matter of a petition for the formation of a borough government to be known as the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Riverside. And it's a certificate of the election in which members of your community decided to become Riverside. It was, the election was held, I believe, on June 20th, 1894. The whole number of ballots was 40. 40 people cast their vote. Usually the number's a little higher. 37 votes were for incorporation, and 3 votes were against. There's many communities that I do this where they disqualify some votes, which I'd like to see why in those days they disqualified votes. We also have the actual document that was published in the newspaper speaking about the election. In some communities, we actually have posters, you know, like the old West, you see the wanted posters, but they're election posters that are put up like in the front of Elmer's barn at the corner of Main and whatever. Some really, really cool stuff. One thing, I start going off a little bit, I know you have a long meeting, but one thing was on the back of a document we had, on the back of a newspaper ad for the election, we had where there was like an arsonist that was lighting barns up on fire, and the one gentleman tackled him, and that guy happened to be, what was it, a freeholder meeting or a meeting of the governing body? He was like an elected official, and we found that on the map. Some things don't change. We have Joseph H. Weston was clerk in River Edge, according to this. W.H. Moffitt was the collector. And Walter E. Chapman was the assessor. Another document talks about a meeting of October 2nd, 1905. We have a resolution. It's from November 1930, and it's a question that was going to be put to the voters. And this is, shall the name of the borough of Riverside, Bergen County, New Jersey, be changed from the borough of Riverside to the borough of River Edge? And we know how that went. It has the members of the governing body who voted to put that ballot question up too. And W.E. Chapman is still the borough clerk. And then something that I feel is really unique is if you serve in the fire department, anyone here a volunteer firefighter? If you serve in the fire department 7 years or more, you're considered an exempt member. We have the original exempt certificates that were filed in the clerk's office. This one is for Albert Ernst. He's from the Riverside Fire Company. This was filed May 9, 1918. A.Z. Bogert is either the chief or the mayor, and Joseph Weston, I believe that was the clerk we said before. And another exempt certificate for Charles Blankenhorn, same Riverside Fire Department. This was filed February 6, 1919. So we want to share these documents with you. We hope you enjoy them as much as we enjoyed uncovering these documents. And if I can now have someone from the governing body in there. Sure glad you came down here because I didn't figure how I was going to get up there. So now everyone from the audience can see it. And another one of these, we're taking our vault area where all the land records are, the deeds and mortgages. We've reproduced this. We have another one of these for each town that's going to be put up on all the walls, and it's going to be called a land records management division. We have about half of them up now. So if you ever come down to Hackensack, you can come in and look. There you go, man. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. Thank you.
Good night. Yes, I see Miss Angela in the back, and she probably can give us a better overall history if we'd asked her, but the borough does go back to 1693 with I believe, Demers Landing, and then Old Bridge, New Bridge, and through New Barbados Township, Midland Township, Riverside, and River Edge. We've been around quite a long time, one of the oldest ones in the state. Anyway, we thank Mr. Hogan for coming. I think that's very interesting. We have another proclamation this evening, recognizing Regal, 3rd and 4th grade level team for winning the championship game of the Bergen County Girls Summer Softball League. Would you like to come down, Coach, and accept the proclamation? And bring the girls up. Sure.
Our head coach, Walt Ziegler, I don't know if you want to have him hand them out, or you want to hand anything out, or how would you like to do it, Mayor?
I'll do the proclamation and you know.
Okay, great.
Okay, we have a proclamation that reads, whereas the River Edge Girls Athletic League participated in the Bergen County Girls Summer Softball League, which is run by the Midland Park Little League. And whereas this year, there were River Edge teams that played at all levels of competition. And whereas over 90 girls participated in the program, 13 of whom played on the winning team. And whereas on July 28, 2016, the Regal Hawks 3rd and 4th grade travel softball team played in the League County Championship against Washington Township in Midland Park. And whereas the girls who made up the Regal 3rd and 4th grade travel softball Hawks team were Abigail Bartoloni, Kira Caslin, Leandra Gilmartin, Erin Hookstrait, Shay Keppel, Taylor McCrimslick, Hannah Murray, Olivia Palladino, Riley Scagliotti, Krista Schulis, Chase Van Wettering, Melissa Yee, and Casey Ziegler. And whereas on July 28th, the Regal 3rd and 4th grade travel softball Hawks defeated Washington Township for a 10-2 victory to win the championship. Now therefore be it resolved that I, as mayor of the Borough River Edge, and on behalf of the council, do recognize, proclaim, and honor the Regal Hawks 3rd and 4th grade travel softball team and their coaches, Walter Ziegler, Al Bartoloni, Jim McCrimlisk, and John Scagliotti, for their championship victory over Washington Township in the Bergen County Girls Summer Softball League. And we have certificates of appreciation for each of the girls, and Councilman would like to call the girls up and you can hand them out.
All right, great. First up, Abigail Bartoloni. There you go. Kira Caslin. Leandra Gilmartin. Erin Hookstrait. Shay Keppel. Caleb McCrimsliss. Hannah Murray. Olivia Palladino. Riley Scagliotti. Krista Schulis. Chase Van Wettering. Melissa Yee. And last but not least, our MVP, Casey Ziegler.
And congratulations to the coaches. Great achievement, girls. We're really proud to have you here tonight. Great representatives of River Edge, and good luck again next year. Nice. We'll give the girls a few minutes to leave. While they're exiting, can I please have a motion to open the meeting to the public for comments on the agenda?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
We're open for public comments or questions regarding specific agenda items this evening. If you have a question or a comment on anything listed on our agenda, now's your opportunity to ask a question. If not, there'll be another opportunity to speak at the end of the meeting? Seeing none, can I have a motion to close to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We need to do some housekeeping here, so Madam Clerk, could you please read by title ordinance 1872, please?
Ordinance amending ordinance entitled Police Department of the Revised General Ordinance of the Borough of Riverhead and Bergen in the State of New Jersey.
And this is an ordinance that amends our table of organization for the police department, increasing the number of patrol officers from 16 to 17. Can I please have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 1872?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Would any member of the public like to ask a question, have any comments regarding proposed ordinance 1872? Seeing none, can I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance 1872?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I please have a motion on the adoption of ordinance 1872?
So moved.
Second.
Any more discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilman Lefreda?
Yes.
Councilman Borloni?
Yes.
Councilwoman Deschutes?
Yes.
Councilwoman Davis?
Yes.
Councilman Papelito?
Yes.
Madam Clerk will sign the ordinance.
Yes,
Make it
I will.
official.
That's right.
Okay? Can I please have a motion to approve the hire of Joseph Madeleine as patrol officer in the police department at an annual first-year probationary salary of $37,889 with a two-year probationary period effective September 20th, 2016?
So moved.
Second.
All in, roll call, do roll call.
Councilman Lefreda?
Yes.
Councilman Borloni?
Yes.
Councilwoman Deschutes?
Yes.
Councilwoman Davis?
Yes.
And Councilman Papelito?
Yes.
Congratulations. And whoever you would like to invite up, folks. Here in our back camera. Left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand, repeat after me, please. I, Joseph Madeleine, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the government established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people. And I, Joseph Madeleine, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all of the duties of the office of patrol officer in the police department of the Borough of River Edge to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations.
It's depressing, I'm standing up here just looking.
Nothing.
Nowhere else. No, nowhere else in the world.
Officer, welcome to the borough. You may be the newest hire, the last one. You're certainly not least. We're very proud to have you. We look forward to a long, safe career with us. And Godspeed. Thank you. And there's a lot more exciting business if everybody wants to stay around.
Sucking air sound.
You want me to turn it up? On the body.
Go ahead, turn it off. Go ahead, let's turn
Was
it
it
off.
something I said?
It did make it a whole lot better here.
How about I pretend it was going to be Lou? It's going to be Lou and the two young ladies over there.
That sounds like a Showtime original. You know?
I'm sorry?
Sounds like it's the title for a Saturday night movie.
We're still live, everybody.
Please do not.
Okay. Just saying.
Wow.
Not unless you're a new brush, chief.
Yeah. Unless you want to buy a new police car.
You sure it wasn't something I said? Too big a
Okay, can I please have a motion to approve the salary increase of Colette Murray, circulation library assistant, from an hourly probationary rate of $11 an hour to $15 effective September 6, 2016?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Approved, can I have a motion to approve the hire of Robert W. Zick Jr. as a temporary part-time laborer in the Department of Public Works at an hourly rate of $14, not to exceed 29 hours weekly, effective September 20th, 2016?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstain. One abstention. Can I please have a motion to approve the separation of Robert Palazzano, part-time police dispatcher, effective September 23rd, 2016?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We have various correspondence on file with the Borough Clerk's Office, as well as the monthly report for the Library Board for September 2016. There are no ordinances for first reading this evening. We have one more ordinance for second reading, Ordinance 1871. Madam Clerk, please read by title.
1871, an ordinance amending and supplementing the code of the Borough of Woodbridge, Chapter 168, checks and Solemnly.
And this ordinance, the borough reserves the right to accept only cash, certified check, or money order when the check has been returned twice from a financial institution. Can I please have a motion to open the public hearing on Ordinance 1871?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Would any member of the public like to make any comments, or have any questions regarding Ordinance 1871? Okay. Seeing none, can I have a motion to close the public hearing?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And can I please have a motion for final adoption of Ordinance 1871?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilman Prater,
Yes.
Councilman Barone,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dees,
Yes.
Councilwoman Davis,
Yes.
Councilman Madeleine.
Yes.
Okay. We now move to our consent agenda. We have resolutions for consent, 16-342, 16-350, and 16-352, and 16-353. Would any member of council like to pull for separate voter consideration any of those resolutions? If not, can I please have a motion to approve the resolutions by consent?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Could our finance chairwoman, Councilwoman Baskid, please read and move Resolution 16351, payment of bills?
Thank you, Mayor. Whereas vouchers for the payment of goods and services rendered to the Borough of Woodbridge have been received, and whereas each bill has been checked by the receiving department, approved by the Chief Financial Officer and Borough Clerk, and reviewed by the 3 members of the Finance Committee. Now therefore be it resolved that bills as listed now be confirmed for payment from the appropriate funds as follows. Current account, $474,885.81. Capital account, $140,305.42. Recreation account, $2,159.07. Animal welfare account, $16.80. Self-insurance account, $28,236. Trust other account, $8,385.88. Open space account, $2,707.05. Trust other developers account, $606.25. So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we have our opportunity again to hear from the public, and have a motion to open the hearing, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're open to the public again. Anybody has any questions, comments on anything?
Very drawings, interactive. I just want to say, this past weekend, last weekend, it was very nice. We went to the fire truck, went down, and to the 9/11 at the library. It was a very nice weekend.
Yes, it was. Glad we were able to make the events.
Yeah. First time for a fire truck, I'd never seen it. It was good.
Ms. Angela, do you want to speak? Yeah. Please come up to the mic, please, so we can get you recorded.
Okay, sure. Bill Angela, Chair of the Historic Commission. I came actually specifically tonight because the county was here about the documents, and I wanted to say that we have actually documented some of the stuff already in the archives, because they were very kind to us about a year ago, actually, and they were only up to D. I told them we're doing this historic archive, and they were very kind to give us a disc already. They researched about 12 documents already that we archived, and then I'll take the new ones that they have now, and it'll be an ongoing historic project. And then my other hat, as River Edge Historic Commission, we're going to do an exhibit at the end of October that's going to include some of these documents and historic photographs.
Very good.
So that's
Great.
all.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm hoping that we'll get some of those originals if and when the library or the museum gets built at Newbridge Landing. So it'd be nice for us to be able to display our own original documents.
Right, and the other thing that I'm working on with the Cultural Center and the Newbridge Landing is interested in being involved with too, is possibly getting a Hamilton exhibit.
Oh, good.
They have
Thank
one
you.
in Patterson Museum right now, and I'm going to try and see if we can get it from the Bridge as well.
That'd be awesome.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Any other members of the public wish to be heard? If not, could I please have a motion to close the hearing to the public? All in favor?
Aye.
Council comments. Councilwoman Davis.
I went to SCORE today, and I spoke to them about giving names as to who might want to ride the bus on Tuesdays. So I asked them if they would do a little survey among themselves and let us know the number of people, and then we would see what we could do about possibly getting the bus. Green Team is meeting tomorrow, and just a little shout out for St. Peter's Carnival that's going to be this weekend.
Councilman Bergen.
Not being the one that loves to hear himself talk, we have plenty of those around. I was invited to be the guest speaker at the new citizen ceremony at the Newbridge Landing. I had to decline because that's the date I'll be operating. So, maybe next year.
Yes.
That's
You'll be
it.
the next year. You'll be the... Councilman Papaleo?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. The council was present, but I'd just like to read in the public record that I thought the fire department did an excellent job in the wet dam. It was attended by many fire companies throughout Bergen County. It was a very festive event. We had a lot of River Ridge families there and children having a great time. The council also was invited and did attend the light breakfast and christening ceremony of the, and the mayor was great at breaking the champagne bottle across the bow of the ship, engine 3. And so we'd like to thank the mayor and the council for coming in the name of the fire department, and congratulate the fire department on a great job in getting us an engine better than we had expected, for less money than we originally planned several years ago, and they just did a great job. I also want to add my comments to the 9/11. It was a very, very, very moving ceremony, and I thought the mayor did a great job of speaking, as well as everyone else present, and the young lady who sang the national anthem did a phenomenal job.
Thank you. Councilman Bartolome.
Thank you, Mayor. Just congratulations to Officer Madeleine. I wish him a long, safe, and happy career here on River Edge. The wet down I had a lot of fun. I haven't been to one in a long time. It cost me 2 shirts, a couple mugs, and raffle, but, you know, that's okay. The kids wanted shirts, so, and they're nice. They were actually nice shirts. But it was a nice time. The food was great, and it was actually really cool. The kids had a great time too. Just getting sudded up, and yeah, it was fun. It was a really nice time actually. And then the 9/11 tribute the next day. The mayor gave a great speech. It's always very moving. You know, seeing the families and you know, remembering where you were and what you were doing that day. Obviously, congratulations to the girls. I think you can all see why I've been so passionate about trying to upgrade the facilities. They're awesome. It was a blast working with them, and so I think, like I said, you got to see what's been motivating me, and that's it.
Councilman Steve.
Thank you, Mayor. I will add my thoughts about the letdown. It was fantastic. It was a lot of fun. It was incredibly hot. And it was great to see so many people, so many families out to enjoy that and celebrate the engine. So, and thank you to the fire department. I know it must have taken a tremendous amount of planning and effort to execute that so flawlessly, but it was really a fun day. The 9/11 ceremony was very, very moving, very well attended, and it was really lovely to see so many families of those who had perished join us that evening. Thank you, Mr. Barry, for organizing, and Mayor, yes, your remarks were very good. I enjoyed the Korean Fall Festival at the library this Saturday. It was a really nice event. Beautiful demonstrations. Thank you to Julia Lee and Jess Dew for all they did, and Dara O'Connor at the library. I enjoyed that a lot. I also want to thank the members of the governing body, Bobby Conway, the DPW, and the River Edge Schools for a really interesting and super well attended New Families Welcome reception on Thursday evening. I think we had 200 plus people. About 100 families came out to hear about our schools and our fabulous community and the services that we offer, and I think that there's interest in doing it again. So thank you all for coming and for participating, and again to Bobby Conway and John Lynch and his team for making the park into such great shape. And that's it.
Just one question, because our liaison's not here for the Environmental Commission, but it's on the Riverkeepers website. October 8th from 12 to 4, they have a river cleanup here in River Edge again. So October 8th from 12 to 4. Just if anybody, I was asking if anybody knew that it's definitely on, because it's on their website, and you know, councilwoman doesn't show up, so.
I guess I'll echo the comments on the wet down. It was a fun afternoon. It was funny. My wife was explaining to my boys how it worked, and they said, "How do you know so much about this?" And she says, "Well," she goes, "You know, when I lived in Fort Lee, she was on the volunteer ambulance service a long time. She was the chief. She said all her friends were firemen. She did a lot of wet, And she says, believe it or not, I had a life before you two were born. They seem to forget. They think time started in 2003 when my older one was born. But they had a great time also. And I think I made these remarks when we swore in Chief Schultz at the beginning of the year about when we'd gotten the new apparatus. I had come out of the building. I think I'd just been sworn in as mayor, and the Carrolls were outside, Neil and Tim, and they said, Mayor, we want to show you the truck. And what impressed me the most, yes, they got the most truck they can get for the best price they can get, but what I found, what the public should hear was how much detailed planning went into the truck, meaning they learned from all different kind of experiences what kind of compartments to add, where certain equipment should be, where the seats should go back. So much, or they said we could put a chainsaw here because last time when we had, it was Sandy or Irene, we couldn't get through and we needed to cut a tree down. So we did, it was, so the amount of thought and dedication that went into planning the equipment, it wasn't just going and picking things off a checklist. They actually put a lot of personalized thought, and the amount of enthusiasm, the amount of pride they had in this was palpable, and I thank you. And well, I think that's excellent for the town to hear. 9/11, yes, I'd like to again publicly thank Dick Berry, who organized the program with musicians Jim Conway, Ann McCarthy, and Dara. He also was able to get the pipers and the brother and the sister, Nora Kennedy and her brother Peter, who played taps, and I think they just added a lot more emotion to the ceremony. It was a very nice program that he put together. Again, you had the school open house for the new families was a lot of fun. I know it was kind of hard for some of the new families. They pretty much know what's going on, but I was approached by a lot of people afterwards from the new families who were very happy, had a chance to speak to John Lynch or speak to Chief Critty or whoever else was there, Dara and Bobby, about the different programs. So they found that very welcoming and very informative. So I thank Dr. Bendo for asking for us to participate in that, and I do hope it's something we do next year as well. Korean Festival was a lot of fun also. And I thank the Friends of the Library and the River Edge Education Foundation. They sponsored the event, which Ms. Lee had organized, and I was disappointed. Some of you weren't there because I got to break a board with my bare hands, and I got the broken board approved. Although my son say, look, it looks like he cracked it for you, but I said, no.
Did you wash on, wash off?
And I meant to bring this up, under, no, I did the adult one, it was, but I meant to bring this up under work session, in preparing for the program. I met Master Yun, who does he owns the JS Taekwondo Center in the Strip Mall, and he was telling me that he had students of his who actually reached the national level competition, and one of his students actually was a gold medalist. And I said that I was going to tell the council or ask the council to invite them here and recognize them. I did mention it that day at the program, and I said we'd reach out to Master to set up an appropriate date. So with the council's approval, I would like Stephanie to do that.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
And other than that, thank you to all of you who keep coming regularly, and it's important to be here to do the people's business. We get hired to do a job, and it's not always easy to be here. I know Mr. Secretary travels a lot, and everyone has professional obligations, but he's always here. And it's appreciated, and the people of this community should expect no less and deserve no less. So with that, I would like a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
At today in social studies, there was teaching BCAD.